Here are 5 things I wish I knew before I moved to South Africa. 1, the word shame is not necessarily bad.
5 things that are better in South Africa, but not in America. Number 1, airlines. Accommodation, man. Like, for you to get 5-star level quality accommodation in America, you have to spend a lot of money. And even though you spend, sometimes you might still be disappointed. Whereas in SA, it's like if you really spend top dollar, you're guaranteed to get really good quality accommodation, good hosts, and everything is just so much better. You basically, if the more you spend, you really get a higher quality of life in return.
Is greet everybody, no matter the circumstances, with a hello and a how are you.
The first one is sawubona, ngicela. Yes, so ngicela. And
Here are 5 things I wish I knew before I moved to South Africa. 1, the word shame is not necessarily bad. Sometimes they mean it in a, oh, that's cute kind of way, or, oh, I feel bad for you kind of way, or, oh, just, oh. They say shame all the time. Like, you could be like, oh, the food is so good, I wish I had more. Shame. Oh, I fell down yesterday at work, but I'm okay now. Shame. Oh, I'm really cold outside today. Shame. Like, it's just like a figure of speech, I guess. You just got to take it with context clues and think about what's going on other than that. Because I remember the first couple times I heard shame, I was like, what? Okay, point 2. Just because they have the same restaurant does not mean it's going to have the same menu. The McDonald's menu here is completely different than the McDonald's menu in the States. And I do know that to be a fact within the States as well. Like, if you order things in Hawaii in McDonald's, you won't be able to get that same stuff in Texas. So I should have just known that one. 3, you have to use WhatsApp. There's no way that you're just going to be out here living your life freely without using WhatsApp. People are using WhatsApp for business communication. In the States, it's not a thing. People will be like, WhatsApp, you're definitely a scammer. But here, WhatsApp is commonly used for schools and everything. 4, tap water is drinkable. In a lot of places in the States, the tap water was not drinkable, whether it was because it just tastes horrible or it smells like chemicals like chlorine or something, or you just know that it has too much shit in there for you to be drinking. Here, you can actually drink the tap water, and I mean, like, a lot of people do. 5, load shedding is a thing, and that's basically when you have a scheduled power outage because they're trying to put less stress on the grid. Wherever you live, I think that sometimes it fluctuates with how often it happens, but it will happen. And it's just a way of life here. People just go with the punches. For me, it wasn't that hard to get used to it. Although I can't say I've really experienced it like often in the States. It's not really a big deal for me out here anymore. Like, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, I'm like, okay, cool. But it's whatever.
5 things that are better in South Africa, but not in America. Number 1, airlines. I mean, airlines in the US, the local airlines are so crap. Like, you don't enjoy flying here. You want to avoid it. I'll give you guys an example. They're always late, by the way. There's always something wrong, late, delayed, whatever. I'll just give you an example. I was flying from Austin, Texas to Miami, and then I had to make a stop in Atlanta because there was no direct flight. I was booking it like 2 hours before the trip anyway. But when I arrived in Atlanta, I only had an hour before I connect my flight. So my flight from Texas to Atlanta was delayed for some reason. So I arrived a little bit late not even a little bit late, maybe 40 minutes later in Atlanta, Georgia. And then by the time I could get to the gate to make the next connection, the flight was already closed, gone. And then the airline just thought that was normal. Okay, they're like, oh yeah, let me look up your name. We can try to put you on the next flight. I'm like, you're gonna try? Put me on another airline. That in South Africa wouldn't happen at all. The flights are always on time. Everybody's professional, and you actually enjoy even short flights from Johannesburg, Cape Town. They're really good. The airlines are professional. That I'll give it to South Africa. The second one is accommodation, man. Like, for you to get 5-star level quality accommodation in America, you have to spend a lot of money. And even though you spend, sometimes you might still be disappointed. Whereas in SA, it's like if you really spend top dollar, you're guaranteed to get really good quality accommodation, good hosts, and everything is just so much better. You basically, the more you spend, you really get a higher quality of life in return. In America, not so much. You can spend a lot of money, but the quality doesn't really increase that much. There's no much difference once you're in the middle of the spend. The third thing is obviously food. I don't even want to get started with this one. I think everybody knows about this one already. It's no secret. SA steak slaps hard, and the local food is amazing. Here, it's just a lot of processed food. You don't want to eat it. Number 4 is service. So South African is not necessarily the best at service, to be fair. Like, I wouldn't even put it in the top 10 of all the places that I've traveled to, but it's still way better than America. In South Africa, a waiter would expect a tip when he really knows that they put in the work and they give you the best service, and they try to really give you the best service. In America, when you pay even for a coffee, there's always a screen, boom, asking you for a tip. At a restaurant, 10%, 15%, 20%, you have to basically click on customize and change the amount like a no tip or put in a small percentage. Like, there is an aggression for tips here, but the service is crap. It's like, you gave me a terrible service. How the fuck do you expect a tip from me? It just doesn't make sense. So service in SA definitely slaps hard. It's better. And the last thing is women. Everybody knows that South African women are very popular for being very beautiful and all that. Much healthy as well. People are a lot more healthy in South Africa. So that's another thing. South African women are very, very beautiful. So if you're in SA and if you're a guy, you can attest to this. When you land there, you just know, man, it's good vibes. From the airport, from the people who work at the airport, they just look better. Even older women, they look great.
Things that I've learned as an ex-English girl who now lives in South Africa and is married and has family here, and I've been here for ages. One of the biggest lessons that I learned very, very quickly is greet everybody, no matter the circumstances, with a hello and a how are you, before you can move forward in any way, shape or form. Now, I'm pretty well brought up. I'd like to think that I had good manners instilled in me from a young age. But when you live in South Africa, and this was the same in Botswana, you need to take that to another level. You cannot avert your eyes or just avoid making eye contact with the lady who works at the till in the supermarket, or the guy who's filling up your petrol for you, or someone that you just are passing on the street. You look them in the eye and you need to say, hi, how's it going? Or like, how's your day going? Or how are you? If you want anything from anyone at any stage, your house could be on fire, your arm could have been chopped off. If you want something from someone, you greet them politely first, you look them in the eyes, and you pass the time of day with them. The problem is that now, when I go to England and I do this, if I walk into H&M or I go and order a coffee, I do what comes completely naturally to me now, and I go, hey, how's it going? How's your day? And they literally look at me like I'm a psychopath. If you do this in England, people will think that you have broken out of an asylum, because it is just not the norm to greet people like this.
And what I was told was these 3 phrases can get me through anything when it comes out here. Oh, the first one is Sawubona, okay? And that just means I see you. When you break it down in their language, also hello, hi. The next one is Ngicela. Yes, so Ngicela. And that means please. So if you were to say, can I please have some water? Ngicela water. Or, you know. And the last one is Ngiyabonga, Ngiyabonga. And that means thank you. So, oh my goodness, if there's any South Africans watching this, let me know if I said it right. But I'm pretty excited to be going around and saying these words, and I'm happy to take this with me as I go back to my countries of origin where I'm staying at now. But it's been such a pleasure.